Here we are again. Yes, patios made and laid on a metal frame. Wayne Fiddes from iGarden, is that right?
That is, yeah.
Now tell us more, because now we're getting paved. Now I'm just looking at the paving here. There's the metal frame. We talked about the rubber. Can we have a quick look down here? Because look, here's a good example. You were telling us, can you point me out what these rubbers do then here?
Yeah, so these are tile alignment pads. So basically they're 6mm and basically, you know, it's a pad in between the steel and the porcelain, you know, so you don't get no crunching. And also it's acting as a void for free draining.
So that's quite clever. Now, it's mind-blowing when I look. How long is this patio then?
This is about 27 metres.
Okay, now if you were laying paving on a traditional way,
Yeah.
the error by the time you get the other end would actually possibly be quite big, wouldn't it? Even though you were being clever. Say you were laying porcelain on cement base.
Yeah.
What? I mean, you'd have a difference by the time you get to the other end. How do you get over that with a frame like this then, Wayne?
Well, this is like years of, you know, creating the iGarden. It's all down to manufacturing and quality control. So over 27 metres on this job, we're actually cracked 3mm.
That's all?
That's all, yeah. But that's down to, you know, 8 years of development, working with manufacturing, and precision engineering in terms of the frames and what it's designed for.
Right, so we got steps coming down. How do you do the face? If I look across here, these faces here, what happens on the edge? Because you've got an overhang. So how do you do the uprights and how do you hold those in place? Yeah,
so on standard patios, it's just a standard frame. But when you come out the backs of houses and you've got, say, a 400 half a metre drop, we support with what we call lattice beams, which obviously holds all the frames up. And the lattice beams also obviously act as a wall. So rather than building retaining walls, the lattice beams act as the retaining wall. Now, in terms of what we decorate it with, our standard finish would be like plastisol. This customer wants it tiled, so
yep.
Yeah, and basically we have a special hybrid glue what sticks the tiles on, so you would never know.
So you stick it basically to the framework?
Yes, yeah.
Right, so then the water will obviously permeate completely through the patio because there's no cement stopping it going anywhere, is there?
No. Yeah, so it's all free draining. So we're not, you know, if this was a traditional patio and you had it all pointed, the runoff from the water on this area is massive.
Huge.
Yeah, and then you've got
flood the lawn.
Exactly, and you've got to put eco drains in, put it back into the you know, the downpipes, whereas this, we're not actually changing the environment. So, you know, if this doesn't flood or anything like that, it never will do, because it's just, we're not changing anything. The water's still penetrating naturally.
When you compare it with traditional landscaping, because I think one of the things that you said right at the beginning, you were a traditional landscaper.
Absolutely, yeah.
How do you think it compares price-wise with traditional landscaping if you were doing this in the way that you used to?
Okay, so like a standard patio out the back of the house, I would say the iGarden is probably more, but the iGarden is about problem solving. So jobs like this, to do this traditionally, this is where it's, you know, near enough the same, because, you know, to do this job traditionally, we're only 2 weeks in to this job, not even 2 weeks. And, you know, to do this traditionally, you would have to, you know, build retaining walls, brickworks, tons of cement, scalpings, and probably 6, 7, 8 week job. Yeah, so this is a cost-effective way on a job this size.
So what we're saying is it could cost a little bit more, but not massively more in money.
No, definitely. And the other thing is, it's the quality. You know, this ain't everyone's look. It's very contemporary. and it's not everyone's look. So, you know, the eye garden ain't for like a traditional cobbled paving set. It is a contemporary look, and yeah, and it does what it's designed to do.
I like that.
Yeah.
It does what it's designed to do. How can they find you on the web just to have a look at what you're doing?
Yeah, you know, we have a website, eyegardenvision.co.uk. We have Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, and we have 7 installers. We're always posting, so you can see all the different types of work we do. Problem solving jobs, a lot of them. From a small patio, you know, out the back of bifold doors to have the walk in, walk out, all the way to, you know, bigger projects like this.
So will you still be here next week, do you think?
Yeah. You know, we've got all the planters to put in. We've got a water feature. We're waiting for a jacuzzi, so we'll have half sunken jacuzzi.